Hey everyone, and happy Saturday. I didn't get a chance to do my Friday video. We were pretty stuck inside this week. It was extremely windy. Things were blowing over, so it wasn't very productive. But I am going to step into some coursework. Again, this is a little bit of a throw off to what we did last week. Working a little bit in the shape, asking for both sides of the horse. Here you can see I'm just going to give him a chance to work through that exercise. Obviously, I say give him a chance because he really didn't. He didn't put his eye on it. I kind of softened my leg as we came through the turn. I'm going to do the same thing here. Here he just gets a little funny in the bridle. Just wants me to kind of either hold him or let go. And I just want to sit still. I like our change there. You're going to see that I don't love the change that comes up when we do this again, and I'm going to pay a little bit of the price for it. I have these poles on the outside to just sort of force me into the turn. And again, I'm just going to see what he does. I soften, and he's fine. It wasn't spectacular, but it was all right. So ultimately, I'm using my little cavaletti work, the 9-foot rail, the placing rail to the jump, and I'm just telling the horse, find the rhythm and stay soft. And you can just see in this work, he isn't. He's overthinking. He's not with me, and I'm going to have to just ask again. And so, like all things when we're training, no big deal. It's just really feedback. I like to call it data for where we are in the course. And, that might be an icky short spot or whatever if we're at a show, but this just gives us an opportunity. Again, you can see these poles out here. I force myself to kind of stay out and feel what the horse is doing. I don't really see him thinking about the question, which you can see. But I don't want to sit there and hold his hand through everything. I don't think that's the idea for training. I'm asking him to hold himself, carry himself, stay straight, find balance. I'm redirecting, but I don't want anything to change in the bridle. He got a little bit strong on the right rein, and it gave, I think, a little bit of a stiffer looking jump. So I'm going to canter all the way down the long side, and I'm going to start over again. A lot of people like to have a breather. I kind of like to go right into it when he's just a smidge tired. This makes me say to the horse, are you thinking? Are you learning? Here, I thought he answered that question really well. I thought he's staying out. He's not getting so funny in the bridle where he's playing. And he's starting to think about his work. Here is expression. He thought about his job, liked that. And I'm going to come through this turn. And still I'm going to ask little inside leg shape through this turn here. Stay soft in both reins. And there, when I soften my leg, instead of him, he almost had a little break. But you can see there all of that big question. It didn't need to happen. He could have come out of the turn a little bit more with me. He didn't, no big deal. Again, it's just data, just feedback for what the course is doing. So then here I'm coming through. I love that he found the expression through that. Okay, it's not a huge jump, but the feel was really, really soft. Gonna take him all the way around again. And here, I just practice staying off what you would call the rail. And he doesn't love that I'm riding both sides of him. And here I am asking again for a little bit of a funny, goofier turn. And here he's just soft through here. Loved that feel. I'm going to ask him again to come back through. On the quarter line, are you letting me ride you? And on this lead, I would say he says, sure. No big deal. He knows that, unfortunately, there's no big ask coming up. Does he find his expression and attention on what we're doing? Yes, pretty much. Again, decent change. Pressing him up through the turn on a little bit of my inside leg. And then when I find the pole, I don't love how he kind of got a little stiff there. So I had a little feel. And he was soft there. And then from here on out, I'm trying to find all the feel that I wanted in my course, because there were lots of pieces. Again, like I said, I didn't get to ride out here pretty much all week. This was a little bit new and fresh to him. Actually, all of it was. So I had to kind of work my way back into all the questions that I wanted. A lot of times I think people think I get a little bit long in my reins. I do. Maybe it's a habit, maybe it's not. But I love to just ask the horse, can you stay in this shape? Can you hold this frame? Can you work off of my inside leg, like right here? And then I'm going to soften and ask you to carry yourself. I'm not asking for a draw rein to do it. Not asking for a martingale to do it. I'm asking the horse to do it. They have to be trained horses. Here he's soft. Here he's soft. I love that. There's nothing more to ask when he's moving like that. He's carrying himself, and I just love the feel. But does that happen all the way around? Absolutely not. Is it something I can ask of him without a lot of demand? Sure. Here. I don't love that. Don't love that. Had to sit on him a little bit, ask him from the inside leg, work. So I was able to kind of wrap up my ride here and be done.